The NBA draft is a highly anticipated event where teams have the opportunity to select the future stars of the league. However, not all draft picks live up to the hype, and some even end up being big disappointments. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the biggest NBA draft busts of all time. Sam Bowie was the second overall pick in the 1984 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. Out of Kentucky, where he was a two-time All-American, Bowie was seen as a dominant center prospect with the potential to transform a franchise. However, injuries plagued his career, limiting his impact on the court. Over a 10-year career with 5 different teams, Bowie averaged 10.9 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. But despite showing flashes of his potential when healthy, Bowie's career was marred by constant injuries, and he never reached the heights expected of him. His selection over Michael Jordan remains one of the most debated decisions in draft history, overshadowing his actual NBA contributions. Bowie's story is a poignant example of how injuries can derail even the most promising careers, and the lasting impact of draft decisions on a team's legacy. Kwame Brown was the first overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft by the Washington Wizards, becoming the first high school player to be selected first overall. As a top high school player, Brown was expected to make an immediate impact in the NBA. However, despite the high expectations, Brown struggled throughout his 12-year career. He played for 7 different teams, averaging 6.6 points and 5.5 rebounds per game. Brown's development was hindered by frequent coaching changes, high expectations, and his own struggles with confidence and consistency. His career was often overshadowed by criticism regarding his work ethic and on-court performance. Brown's story is a reminder of the challenges faced by young players entering the NBA straight from high school, and the pressures of being a top draft pick. Darko Milicic was the second overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft by the Detroit Pistons. Coming from Serbia, Milicic was one of the most highly regarded international prospects at the time, drawing comparisons to some of the top players in the league. Drafted ahead of future stars like Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, Milicic's NBA career never took off as expected. He struggled to find time playing on a veteran-laden Pistons team that won the NBA championship in his rookie season. And over a 10-year span, Milicic played for 6 different teams, averaging 6 points and 3.8 rebounds per game. His inability to develop into a consistent contributor and his struggles with confidence and adaptation to the NBA game led to his label as one of the most significant draft busts in NBA history. And despite a long career, Milicic is often remembered more for his draft position than for his on-court performance. Adam Morrison was the 3rd overall draft pick in the 2006 NBA draft by the Charlotte Bobcats. Known for his scoring ability at Gonzaga, where he was a consensus first-team All-American and the NCAA scoring leader, Morrison was expected to be an offensive star in the NBA. However, his professional career fell short of expectations, as he struggled with injuries and consistency. Over 5 seasons, Morrison played for 3 different teams, averaging just 7.5 points and 2.1 rebounds per game, with his lack of athleticism and defensive skills further hampering his career, as he was often criticized for not adapting his game to the NBA level. Despite winning 2 championships with the Los Angeles Lakers, Morrison's personal contributions were minimal, and he became a symbol of unfulfilled potential. Greg Oden was the first overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft by the Portland Trail Blazers. Coming out of Ohio State, Oden was a standout player, earning recognition as a 2-time All-American and the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. He was expected to be a game-changing center who could dominate on both ends of the court. However, Oden's professional career was severely hindered by injuries. He missed his entire rookie season due to a microfracture surgery on his right knee, and struggled with various other injuries throughout his career. Over 5 seasons, Oden managed to appear in just 105 games, averaging 8 points and 6.2 rebounds per game. The decision to draft Oden over Kevin Durant, who was selected 2nd overall and went on to become an NBA superstar, remains a contentious topic among NBA fans and analysts. Oden's story is often cited as a prime example of how injuries can derail a promising career, making him one of the biggest draft busts in NBA history. Hasheem "The Dream" Thabeet was the 2nd overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft by the Memphis Grizzlies. A dominant shot blocker from Connecticut, Thabit was a two-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year and a consensus second-team All-American. Standing at 7'3", he was expected to be a defensive anchor in the NBA, intimidating opponents with just his size and shot-blocking ability. However, Thabit's NBA career was disappointing. He struggled to adjust to the speed and physicality of the NBA, and his offensive game was severely limited. Over 5 seasons, he played for 4 different teams, averaging just 2.2 points and 2.7 rebounds per game. And despite his physical tools, Thabit's inability to develop a reliable offensive skill set and his lack of impact on the court made him one of the most notable draft busts of all time. His journey through the league serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of drafting based primarily on physical potential without a well-rounded skill set. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist was the second overall pick in the 2012 NBA draft by the Charlotte Bobcats. Coming from Kentucky, where he was a consensus first-time All-American and SEC Freshman of the Year, Kidd-Gilchrist was known for his defensive prowess, athleticism, and high motor. He was supposed to be a cornerstone for the Bobcats, bringing intensity and versatility to the team. But despite high expectations, Kidd-Gilchrist struggled offensively in the NBA, particularly with his shooting mechanics. And over his 8-year career, he averaged 9.2 points and 5.5 rebounds per game. While his defensive skills were solid, they couldn't compensate for his offensive inconsistencies, and he eventually fell out of favor with the team. Kidd-Gilchrist was traded in 2018 and played for a few more seasons before being waived. His inability to develop into a well-rounded player led to his label as a draft bust. Michael Carter-Williams was the 11th overall pick in the 2013 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. At Syracuse, he earned recognition as the Big East Defensive Player of the Year and the NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player. Carter-Williams made an immediate impact in the NBA, winning Rookie of the Year honors. But his career did not progress as expected. Over 8 seasons, he played for multiple teams, averaging 11.1 points, 4.7 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. Despite his defensive prowess and playmaking ability, Carter-Williams struggled with shooting efficiency and turnovers, which hindered his development. His promising start was marred by inconsistencies and injuries, leading to his label as a draft bust. His journey underscores the challenges of maintaining early success in the NBA. Anthony Bennett was the first overall pick in the 2013 NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Out of UNLV, where he earned accolades like the Mountain West Conference Newcomer of the Year, Bennett was projected to be a versatile forward with the ability to score both inside and out. Unfortunately, his NBA career was underwhelming from the start. Bennett struggled with conditioning and injuries, and he never seemed to find his rhythm in the league. Over 4 seasons, he played for 4 different teams, averaging just 4.4 points and 3.1 rebounds per game. Bennett's lack of impact, combined with the success of players like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Victor Oladipo who were drafted after him, cemented his status as a draft bust. His struggles highlight the unpredictability of the draft and the pressures that come with being a top pick. Markelle Fultz was the first overall pick in the 2017 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers. Fultz came out of the University of Washington, where he was a standout freshman, earning first-team All-Pac-12 honors and being regarded as one of the most versatile guards in college basketball. However, Fultz's transition to the NBA was fraught with difficulties, particularly with his shooting mechanics, attributed to a shoulder injury known as thoracic outlet syndrome. This issue significantly hindered his ability to perform on the court, and over his first few seasons, Fultz played for both the 76ers and the Orlando Magic, averaging 10.9 points, 4.6 assists, and 3.3 rebounds per game. Despite showing flashes of potential, his career was marked by inconsistency and ongoing recovery from his injuries. The struggles of the 76ers to unlock Fultz's potential, especially given the players drafted after him, have made his selection a topic of much debate and disappointment among fans and analysts. While their careers may not have lived up to expectations, they remind us of the unpredictable nature of sports and the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button so you won't miss out on any upcoming videos.